everyone, welcome back to your program, Your Word Enlightens Me. Today we are going to continue with the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, and we are going to meditate on St. Paul's mission. We are going to look at from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, chapter 1, verses 8 through 15. First, I thank my God through Jesus Christ for all of you, because the whole world is hearing about your faith. God is my witness that what I say is true. The God whom I serve with all my heart by preaching the good news about His Son. God knows that I remember you every time I pray. I ask that God, in His goodwill, may at least make it possible for me to visit you now. For I want very much to see you, in order to share a spiritual blessing with you to make you strong. What I mean is that both you and I will be helped at the same time, you by my faith and I by yours. You must remember, my friends, that many times I have planned to visit you, but something has always kept me from doing so. I want to win converts among you also, as I have among other Gentiles. For I have an obligation to all peoples, to the civilized and to the savage, to the educated and to the ignorant. So then, I am eager to preach the good news to you also who live in Rome. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Well, brothers and sisters, today we see the importance, right, of sharing the gospel, the good news. And first of all, St. Paul, right here, we see him. He's such a great missionary, an example for us. And today, God is calling us to be those missionaries, to be those disciples, to share His word. As St. Paul says, he says on verse 9, God is my witness that what I say is true. The God whom I serve with all my heart by preaching the good news about His Son. St. Paul is proud of preaching the good news, of preaching in the name of the Lord. And that's exactly what we should feel proud of as well, as preaching the Lord's gospel, and not only with our words, but with our actions as well. And something that we have to acknowledge from this Bible text is that it says, for I want very much to see you in order to share a spiritual blessing with you to make you strong. So we see the importance here of St. Paul for this community, that he wants to share a spiritual blessing. And for those of us who are part of a ministry, who are part of a group, who are leading a group, who are leading a ministry, we should feel that desire too, to share our spiritual blessings with others. And not only to share them, but to grow together, strong and firm in faith. St. Paul also says, for I have an obligation to all peoples, to the civilized and to the savage, to the educated and to the ignorant. God doesn't look at us as educated or as savage or as civilized. He doesn't care about what our stage is or our status is. God only cares about us drawing back to God and to have this spiritual experience with Him. And as he says at the end, so then I am eager to preach the good news to you also who live in Rome. We see how St. Paul cares for this, for his community. And he cares not only to go see them, but for them to grow in faith. And that's exactly what our goal should be. What is our goal in our ministries? What is our goal in our groups? Well, it should be that, to grow in faith and to grow together. Now we are going to share a little thought from the book of Who Lives Generally Harvests. We're going to share thought number 8, and it says, if we leave everything for later, we will never achieve anything. I think this is such a strong thought, because when we leave things for later, we never do them. It's important to be committed and to have decision in life. And when we have the desire to go and preach the gospel, the good news, we shall do it in the moment and not for later, because that is when God is calling us for that, to share our faith with those who are in need of God. Well, thank you very much, brothers and sisters. See you next time.